What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to Stoic Context. On this channel, we react to some of the best thinkers of our time, and today we are going to react to a Kevin Samuels video. Before we get into it, make sure you guys like and subscribe. I'm going to be saving my commentary for after the video, so stay tuned for that.
I'm sorry.
You have to turn off YouTube in the background. I hear myself talking. Turn off the TV and all that stuff.
Is that better?
Yeah, why are you so angry?
Hold on 1 second.
Okie dokie.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Why are you so angry?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I can't.
Why?
Okay.
Okay. You
there.
got YouTube
okay, now I can hear you. Sorry.
Yeah,
I
that's
Zoom
YouTube,
every single day, and I couldn't get this to work.
Well,
why am I angry?
Yes.
Okay, I can't say that I'm angry, but it is annoying when I meet men and they're just all in the very beginning. They're saying everything that they want, and then all of a sudden they ghost.
How old are
they
you?
Ghost, and they're still out there just playing.
How old are you?
I'm 42.
They're all in the beginning, and they say everything
in the very beginning.
Okay.
Yes, they're all in. They're saying, "Oh, I want this, I want that," and then after a month or two, you can just tell that they're still out there just playing around.
Okay. Well, all men are like that. I mean, that's what I'm trying to understand. I mean,
yes, it seems like it's getting like that. Yes.
Really?
Maybe it's where I'm located.
Well, where do you live?
Dallas.
No, I spent 11 years in Dallas, and Dallas has some of the most, anyway, 42.
They're married.
Huh? No,
They're
Dallas,
married.
no, Dallas has some. I'll be in Dallas either this week or next week. I'm coming to Texas because we got a problem. And I live most of my adult life in Dallas. Where do you go to church?
What's happening here in Dallas?
Where do you go to church?
Me and my girlfriend.
Where do you go to where do you go to church?
Concord.
When's your last relationship?
My last relationship was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. And who ended that?
I did.
Why?
Because he ended up being married.
What do you mean ended up being married? He was married when you met him.
He was married when I met him, and
right.
I had no idea that he was.
So how old are you?
Married.
You're 42?
42.
You can't run a background check on the dude?
Well, that's how I ended up. No, I usually don't do stuff like that, but that's how I ended up knowing that he was married.
So basically, what you're trying to get me to accept is all the men in Dallas are fuckboys and losers, and I'm just gonna say no, man. Relationships are reflective because I know plenty of men in Dallas that don't fall into that category.
Oh well, I haven't met them.
Well, let's dig into that a little bit deeper. Do you want to be married?
I do.
You have any children?
I don't.
You want children?
I do. I go back and forth. The older I get,
At
I have
42?
to say that. I'm sorry.
At 42?
At 42, do I want children?
Yeah, I mean biological children at 42.
Yes.
How's that gonna happen?
Well,
have you talked to your OBGYN?
Well, I have a situation. I would actually have to have a surrogate.
Okay.
I froze my eggs, so
okay.
I'm a cancer survivor.
So am I.
Right on.
So the problem is men, not the women, not you. What are you looking for in a man? What are you looking for in a man?
Honesty. I mean, aren't we all looking for the same thing?
Nope.
All women?
Nope. No.
I want someone who's in the church. You know, I want someone who has a great job.
Why do you want them to be in the church? Why do you want them to be in the church?
I mean, they don't have to be necessarily like active in the church, but I would like for them to be a Christian, I should say.
Why?
I would like for them to have the same faith that I do. I think.
Okay, so you go to Concord. Is the pastor helping you find the man?
He's not, and I actually know my pastor really well. I've never talked to my pastor about this.
Really? How long you been in Concord?
I mentor his daughter.
But I know. I asked you how long you been in Concord.
I've been at Concord for 10 years now,
Right. And
11 years.
right, Concord in Dallas, and you're not working with the pastor to help you find a husband.
I am not.
That makes sense. Why?
I'm sorry, you said, why not?
That makes sense. Why?
You know, it just never crossed my
Yeah,
mind
Brian
to.
Carter. That's what I thought. Brian Carter.
Pastor
It never
Carter.
crossed your mind. You've been there 10 years and you want your man to be in the church or from the church, but you're not working with the pastor of the church or men in the church. Are you in the singles ministry?
You know, I was a
Are you
part
in
of the
Are you
singles
in
group.
okay, you're a part
I
of
was in the singles group for about 6 months, but everyone was just younger than me. And I was 37 at the time. And everyone was late 20s to early 30s.
Do you go to college?
Yes, I did.
What's the highest level of achievement? What's the highest degree level?
I have a BFA.
Okay. So, all seriousness, all joking aside, you want a man who's in church, but you're not working with the church to help you find a man.
Yeah.
Is it that you want a man in church, or you just want somebody to
who
live
is
your
a
life with
Christian?
them? Yep.
I mean, who is a Christian?
But why?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
I said, but why?
Why do I want someone who's a Christian?
Yes. Why do you?
Because I want someone who has the same faith as me, who has the same beliefs as I do.
I don't buy that, man. Because if you did, you'd be working with the church to help you find a man, and that's the first thing you'd be looking for is a Christian man. Because was your last boyfriend a Christian?
He was.
But he was married. So you were committed. So what were you doing in that situation with that married man, Christian woman?
I did. Actually,
I'm sorry. Did that cut a little too deep?
No, it didn't cut deep.
I mean,
at all.
seriously,
he was
man.
just extremely deceptive. He was
Christianity becomes a lot with modern Christian feminist women. Just becomes a way for you to disqualify men. It's not the way that you really qualify men, as I've shown. By your own life. It's a way you disqualify men, but it's damn sure not a qualification.
Right. Yes.
So you were with a man for a year and a half.
No, it's been a year and a half.
How long were you guys together?
It was about 7 months.
7 months. 7 months. How many times did you take him to church?
I had known him for a while, though. I had known him.
Apparently not well enough. How many times did you take him to church?
I'm sorry?
How many times did you take him to church?
I didn't.
Huh?
I did not take him to church.
But you want a man that can share your faith.
Yes.
But you didn't take him to church?
I didn't, because I'm just kind of private with my life for a while.
Remember go back last year, guys, when I first talked to Tiffany Chanel in Houston. And then I talked to that one sister who went to PV, and she was in her late 30s or 40s. I'll pull up the interview. Remember when I told her I knew her pastor, Tony Evans? I told you guys I know the Dallas scene very well. This is a mirror of that same call. Different woman, same scenario. Similar scenarios. Very similar scenarios. Dallas is littered with this. Ma'am, if you want a man who's really a Christian, why aren't you going to church with that man? Why isn't that man going to church with you? Why isn't your pastor helping you find him? Why aren't you in a church that facilitates Christian relationships?
I just never thought about reaching out to my pastor about finding somebody. I was a part of the small groups, and that was about it. And, everyone was younger than me. And so, I don't know, I just kind of like left it at that. I've never really met anyone at the church outside of the small groups that I was a part of. And I've just never I mean, I talk to my pastor all the time. That's not usually, I'm just never talking to him about relationships.
So I submit that you're really not trying to find a Christian man.
No, I am. It's just that.
No, you're not. No, you're not. Absolutely, you are not. I've just laid it out. You didn't even go to church with the man you went to see the last time.
Mm-hmm.
So how can you care about? So where did Christianity come up in that?
Well, we prayed together. We just didn't go to church.
Right. You also had sex together too. Premarital sex, fornication.
I won't deny that, but
well, exactly with a married man, ma'am. I'm saying
I had no idea.
I'm saying, like you said, you knew him before. Okay, you said you knew him.
I did
before.
know.
See what would have happened? Hold on. See what would have happened if you'd have actually picked a man from the church? You would have known one thing: he wasn't married.
He actually went to Tony Evans's church. He's a member of that church.
If you'd have picked a man from your church, you'd have known he wasn't married.
I hear what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if you took him to Concord, even though he went to Tony Evans church, just slipped. Oh, damn it.
Oh, Faith. World Harvest. I'm going to another. I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, Tony Evans's church.
Shout out to Pastor Haynes. Appreciate Wes.
That's
Freddie Haynes.
Freddie Haynes. Mm-hmm.
TD Jakes and over at the Potter's house. But the problem, if you took him to your church, Concord is such a lot. If you took him to your church, somebody would been like, that man married.
You're right.
I know. See, Christianity is supposed to shield you from all this, not open you up to all this madness. For you to come and tell me that the problem is the men in Dallas, I would not let you visit that bullshit on them. When it shows in your life that the men that you picked aren't even lining up with what you say is important. And in practice, you're not doing these things. So Christianity cannot save you. You're just using it to filter out men that you don't find desirable. And this happens too often down there. I'm going to move you to the side because I don't know you enough to say this about you. So I'm going to move you to the side. There's so many women down in Dallas who are pseudo-Christians, Christian feminists. It is just rampant with them. Dallas stinks with these women. They come in with their Bibles talking good, and they running through the Dallas like Jezebels. And then wanting men to be saved. All right, back over to you. At 42 years old, ma'am, if you want a man who's a Christian, and that's an important part, you need to really start working with your pastor or somebody in a church that has a thriving singles ministry where you may have a better selection of men. May even have to switch church homes. If that's really a determination. But at 42 years old, wanting children and all that other kind of stuff, man, it's going to.
I go back and forth with the children thing.
Okay.
I'm like, I enjoy my freedom, but then
right, ma'am. I mean, I'll be honest, ma'am. Are you really cut out to be somebody's wife?
Why would you say that?
You enjoy.
Why wouldn't I be?
You enjoy your
enjoy my freedom.
Oh, don't check that. Whoa. Don't do that.
Don't do what?
Why wouldn't you be based upon what you said? You enjoy your freedom. You go back
enjoy
and forth.
My freedom, being able to just come and go.
Still enjoying your freedom, not necessarily wanting to have a kid. You're becoming somebody's wife.
Having a kid.
Hold on, ma'am. As a wife, what is your job as a wife? Your number one job as a wife is then what? Especially as a Christian. What is a woman's role on this planet?
To cater to the man.
Nope.
And take care of his needs.
Nope. To be a helpmeet. Not to come and go as you wish, not to have freedom.
I'm not saying freedom and come as I want with a husband. I'm saying more so like if I'm in a relationship if I have a husband and we don't have children, we can go freely.
I get it.
We can travel easily without children. But if we have children, then we have to
travel.
like
What are you talking about?
babysitter and all.
Are you
of
talking
that
about
stuff.
traveling national? You talking about traveling internationally or domestically?
Both.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an educator.
You're a teacher.
Yes.
What are you in pre-K? What are you in grade school, college?
High school.
High school. All right. Now I do know Texas teachers make pretty good money, but they're not rich.
I do a lot of things on the side. I do private lessons and I teach group fitness. I have my own
So I
side.
asked you the ultimate question, ma'am, and it wasn't to insult you, but are you really cut out to be would you, in your marriage vow, would you say love, honor, and obey?
Absolutely.
Would you be submissive to your husband?
Absolutely.
Okay. So at 42, there are all kind of situations you can work out, but the thing is, ma'am, it comes out ultimately down to the same thing with every relationship. What kind of man do you want? What kind of man do you want? And then what kind of woman do the men that you want? And what are you willing to do to get them? I don't doubt that you know what you want, but do you know what the kind of men you want from a woman?
Yes, I mean, I feel like it's a partnership, and what I give is what I expect to get back.
Partnership?
Yeah.
Why do Christian women keep talking about partnerships? Where's partnership in the Bible? I don't understand this Christian feminism stuff. Where's partnership in Bible? It's not a partnership. He has headship over you.
Okay. I mean, I don't really think of it in that way. I think of any working relationship is give and take. I think of it as a partnership. That's what I'm searching for. I'm searching for a best friend, a partner.
Okay. Well, many Christian
Not,
feminists are. Many
I
Christian
wouldn't call
womanist
myself a
feminists.
feminist.
Most Christian feminists don't. They believe in equality and partnership, and they talk and move in lots of similar ways. And in my channel, if you've been around, how long you watch my content?
Actually, this is my first time.
Well, ma'am, I have talked to different varying versions of Christian feminists, like at least once every couple of weeks. So anybody who's watched my channel, they're probably having a good old time in the comment section, like, yep, we know what this is, because this is rampant in the Black community. Black women want Christian men, but you don't want to live like in the order, the divinity in which God aligned us. You want partnerships. You want this different arrangement. Doesn't really work. This is why men in general, this is why most men have left, many Black men have left the church. So, all right, but I got to get on to the next person.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
All right. Have a good day, though.
You too.
What's honestly sad about this is now that I'm just hearing all of this and I'm taking into consideration, what I really find sad is this is why Christianity is frowned upon or laughed upon now these days. Because people like this woman right here continue to make up their own definition of what the word is. They're not going by what it says. They're reading it. They're saying, you know what? Let me add my little flavor and spice into it and push that message. And Christianity is one of the only religions, I believe, that constantly gets pushed around like it's something to play with. Women are saying, if the Bible is telling you to be a helpmate, women are now turning it into, well, it said that we need to be a partnership, and it needs to be 50-50. That is not what the Bible says. And so much so to where this woman will practice every other part of the Bible, the ones that she like, but then when it comes to things like getting married before you carry or engaging in sexual acts, she's not listening to that. So much so to where the woman has frozen her eggs at 40 years old, came in here talking about why are the men not acting right. You know why? Because all those times you was having your little hot girl summers and you was enjoying your life as a Christian, quote unquote, time was passing you by. I guarantee you good, credible suitors came and went. And you wanted to have your fun, but you thought in life, in your latter years, you were just going to be able to pick a black man off the tree that goes to church, that makes a lot of money, and say, I'm going to marry him. And then you froze your eggs because you're like, I want to have children later, but because I can't figure it out in 40 years, I can't figure it out. Let me go ahead and freeze my eggs so I could go ahead and pick a man off the high value tree, the Christian tree, and he'll just slide into my life. Sorry, men are waking up. They're not falling for this BS anymore. They actually want something out of life. They want a woman that's actually disciplined and makes the right choices. And if not, he'll just go get the one that did. And that's the special part about all this. Women like this believe they'll get picked up, when he could just go get a woman that's younger, actually practices Christianity and follows it, and then less headache. And she was messing with a married man, and that's a whole nother thing, right? That's a whole nother thing. But I find it quite interesting.
Yarling, go ahead. Hi, how are you? Good. What do you got for me?
I'm actually joining the call because I would love to hear your opinion from your perspective of of some type of guidance. I am 26 years old. I'm going on 27, and I would like some advice. I am a single mom.
Okay.
You obviously mentioned in one of your videos I saw that once you have a child, there's no way you could basically be accepted by a high value man.
That's generality, but in general, yes, it is difficult for a single mother to land a high value man. It's not an impossibility; it's just very difficult.
Okay.
So, what would you like?
I have another.
What would you like me to? What's the question that you have for me?
Yes. So, you joke a lot about the whole PhD thing, which is really funny.
Are you a PhD?
By the way. Excuse me?
Do you have a PhD?
No, sir. No.
It's a clip.
Not yet, at least.
It was a clip off of a show. It's a long running channel joke. But anyway, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Am I on live right now?
Nope.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Why can't I see you?
You can see me right here.
I only see a picture of you. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So my question is, how would a high value man look at a woman if she doesn't have nothing going for herself? What would you advise women to do then? Because, for instance, me, I am a single mom.
Okay.
I was a stay-at-home mother, right?
Right.
With the father of my daughter.
Okay.
And things did not work out for different reasons, personal reasons. And my thing is, if I'm looking forward to do with a man, I don't want that man to look at me like, okay, so yeah, you're a good mom. You seem like you're a bit stable in your head, but you don't have nothing going for
All right, so let me ask some questions.
Is there a way?
Let me ask you some questions. Let me ask you some questions.
Yeah.
First off, do you have YouTube going?
Excuse me?
Do you have YouTube playing in the background?
No, I only have the TV. I'll turn it off.
Okay. All
I
right.
actually muted.
All right.
Yes.
All right. So, were you married to the father of your child?
I said no to him.
Okay. Was this before or after the pregnancy?
It was after the pregnancy, after she was born, actually, because I had explained to him that I wanted to get married while I was pregnant. It did not happen. Some cheating,
Okay.
which
So let me move on down the path. Okay. So,
yes,
uh, by definition, that makes you a baby mama. Baby mama simply means
right,
you weren't married before you carried. So,
right.
and regardless, so you're asking the question if how to make yourself uh appealing to a high value man.
Right, because I
But,
don't want to come up as a masculine woman, and I do
but
understand what you're trying to say.
why do you want a high value man?
Because I feel like, for instance, from the experience that I had dating other men, I don't feel comfortable in how I get treated by men. For instance, around my age, I told you what was my age.
Okay.
You know,
So give
so
me
it's like
okay. So
I know if I'm
what I need
gonna
you to
date.
understand what I need you to understand is
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, you sound kind of loud. Am I on speakerphone with you? All right. So why do you want a high value man? High value. What state do you live in? First off.
I live in New York City.
All right. Just left there. Actually planning on moving there. All right. So in New York City, a high value man is a guy who's making at least 300 some odd $1,000 because New York is more expensive. All right. Do you want to have any more children?
Yes,
How many more children would you like to have?
at least two more.
All right. What do you do? And did you go to college?
No, sir.
Do, do you
I'm
want
currently
uh,
sorry.
do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're
You know
pregnant again?
what's one of the reasons why I would love to be with a high value man is because I feel like it's really important for the mother to be home and raise her children while the man is out
I
there.
get it, but here's the problem with that. You're already blue. Here's the problem with that.
Yes.
Your life says something different. You've already had a child with a man you did not.
Right.
So you can feel like that, but the natural question is, well, wait a minute. Then why didn't you do that to begin with? And see, I still ask you why you want it, and it sounds to me as though you want a high value lifestyle because you can't tell me
Now,
why you want the
um,
man.
I just told you why. I think
Well, that's
that
not
would
clear.
be a great.
That's not a clear reason.
Can I say it? Can I explain a bit further? Would you
Well,
allow me?
you can, but I gotta keep on kind of keep it moving
Yeah.
because I got more people.
Yes. Well, the reason why I feel like it's important for the family structure to be that way, I believe that kids are raised better when
A
the
mother stays
mom
at
is at
home.
home.
Okay, but you
I
can't do that
believe,
with a man you can't do that with a you can't. Okay, so here's the problem. You don't want to work because you want to be a stay-at-home mom. That's
in
fine.
the future, yes.
That's fine. But why would a man who can why would a man who's making the kind of money we're talking about, who most women are attracted to financially, why would he want you and a ready-made family?
Well,
That's what
that's why I was direct with you, right? As soon as we started the conversation, and I said, "Hey, look, I would like your advice on how
well,
would you
I'm telling you,
advise
okay,
me
how
to
okay,
go about it?"
I would tell you this. What you're telling me, why you want a high value man, has nothing to do with me as a man. It has everything to do with what you and what you want. Here's what you said. The reason why I want you as a high value man to go out and make yourself one of the top 10% men in the world, one of the top 5% men in the world. I want you to get out there and have to work your ass off, get out there, hustle, compete, improve yourself to where you are in the top 90 to 95% of income earners in the world is because I want to stay at home and raise children. I'm sorry. That does nothing for me. What does he get? And you can't tell me why you want. You say, I get it. You think children are best raised at home. That's fine. He can go get a woman that has no kids and doesn't have to deal
And
with
that's
it.
okay.
But the thing is, okay, well, that's your competition. Your competition are women with no children, women who were raised to be wives, who understand why they are, how to be an asset, a feminine asset to a man, versus what you're doing right here. And it doesn't sound, it's not making a lot of sense as to why a high value man would choose a woman like you or any woman like you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's why I said in the beginning, I said, um, if it's like that,
Mm-hmm.
you said there's no chance,
There's no, when I say no chance, ma'am, I can't know everybody. But here's the thing:
right?
when you have a child, it seriously diminishes your value
Yes, and
because
I understand.
because a man looks at your exes and we say whatever price they paid, I'm not paying more because
Right.
you gave yourself to him for this. And with me, you are older and you have more miles on you. So I shouldn't pay more. Case in point, if you were to buy a brand new 2021 Mercedes off the showroom lot, no miles, it will be worth the highest it ever is. But if that same car was 5 years old with 60,000 miles, you could not ask for showroom pricing. When you say that you feel like children are better raised in a home where the mother works, it doesn't make sense because that's not what you have right now, nor is it what you had before.
I did have that before. I was a stay at home.
You weren't
Well,
you weren't a
I,
wife.
I wasn't. Yes, that's what I was about to say. I was
Okay.
a stay at home girlfriend.
A stay-at-home
Honestly,
girlfriend. And what did your boyfriend do for a living?
well, he had online like clothing store.
Okay.
He also
Did he go to college?
no.
And he was okay. And this is in New York. How much was he?
Well,
How much was he
Mr.
make?
Samuels,
Okay, ma'am.
Mr. Samuel.
I gotta get through the show, ma'am. I gotta get through the show. So I'm gonna do the show the way I do it. I'm gonna do the show the way I do it. So I'm just trying to
That's
get an
fine.
idea. I'm just trying to get an understanding about how much money he was making annually.
I, to be honest with you, I was never. Um, that's why I say sometimes it is an issue to be too submissive
What?
because I never. Sometimes there's an issue when you're too calm with a man
Ma'am, I'm
and
just
he's
asking you how
doing
much money.
everything.
I'm just trying to ask you how much money he made.
I don't know,
Okay.
and that's
So
why
let me
I was.
stop. Let me
That's why I
stop you
was
right.
saying
Let me stop you right
I
here.
never got into
Stop.
his
Stop.
pocket.
Stop. Stop.
All right.
You're not a high value. You're not cut out for a high value man. I'll tell you, even with one child, the way you're interacting with me, man, I'm not gonna talk over you. And look, ma'am, you may be a perfectly nice woman, but the reality is, you had a boyfriend. You say you don't know how much money he made, but I will say this: he's not a high value man.
No, he wasn't.
Exactly. So you don't
And I don't have to
so you
deny that.
don't get one if you had a so what kind of sense would it make that you automatically get to upgrade to a high value man when you had a baby for a lower value guy? It makes no sense. Ma'am, high value is not something, it has no benefit. You have to benefit a man. And you ladies want everything to be given to you, and what do you bring it to the table? That's really what it comes down to. And a guy's going to say, well, if your last boyfriend had an online clothing store and I'm senior partner at Miller and Associates law firm, you're fucking winning by getting me. And then you're competing with the women that are around him. What are the women around that's kind of men? Because the women that were around your boyfriend are a different caliber of women that are around high value men. And those are the women you're competing with. That's the reality. That's your competition. You walk into a room, go down to Wall Street, and go down into the Bull and Bear, go down to any one of these high end steakhouses and look around at these people, and those are the women you're competing with.
Mr. Samuels, quick question.
Sure.
Is it okay for, I'm just, out of curiosity, the way you're explaining things to me makes me view things in a different way. And I'm thinking to myself, is it okay to go out there and be happy without it being premeditated?
I can't hear you. Something's going on with your audio. Say it again.
I said it. Is it okay as a woman to be herself with that and go out there happily, being herself without premeditating her actions in order to, like find love? And I'm not saying to not use her logic.
I don't know what
Like,
you're talking.
I'm just
I
saying
don't know,
because
ma'am. I
because
don't
when
know.
you talk
I don't know
about
what I don't know what you're
competition,
talking about.
no, I'm
Make
saying
it
because you're talking
simple.
about
Make it okay, ma'am. Here's
when
what
you
I
talk
listen.
about
Listen.
competition.
Listen.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Just make the point or the question simple. I'm getting lost in all the words you use.
I said I feel like it feels a bit hectic when you mention competition, but I understand that's your way of communicating and that's fine, and it's
But
straight
it
to the
is
point.
competition, ma'am.
I know.
It is competition. If you finding a mate is competition. Especially the more successful or the higher value you want a mate, the more you got to compete. I don't understand what you say the way I put it. That I'm not using any terms that the world doesn't use. So you're saying, is it okay for a woman to go out and be what? Herself?
No, without like premeditating it, like, oh, I'm gonna go. Okay, it's a goal to find a partner. Yes, but I just
Okay, is
feel
it all right
like
for a
it's
woman to
so
get
much. Like I gotta,
Okay. Is it all right for a woman to go out premeditated, not worrying about hold on. Are you trying to ask me, is it all right for a woman to go through her life without being worried about finding a husband?
No, sir.
Okay,
I just feel like
then I'm not clear. Premeditate. What are you trying to say?
okay. So obviously, when this is what I'm trying to say. I'm gonna use different words. You go out there with a goal, right? But sometimes it's a bit, maybe I'm sounding too fairy tale-ish. You just don't want it to have it planned. Like, oh my God, look, I know he has money, I'm gonna go for him. And like I feel like, okay, you could do little things like, okay, I'm gonna go to a place that I know there's gonna be people that are successful. Maybe not rich, but successful.
Ma'am, what is the outcome
You know what I'm saying?
okay, ma'am, what is the outcome you want to achieve with a man? What is the outcome you want with a man? Any man.
I want to be married.
All right, then, ma'am. Then let me stop. Then stop. Then yes, you must go out with that goal in mind. Sorry,
yes.
So sorry. No, the Disney go out and just live your life and hope to bump into some shit does not work, especially when you are in your position. I mean, due respect, ma'am. I mean, 26-year-old single mother. You gotta be yes. Okay. Do you have a son or a daughter?
I have a daughter.
So I guess you're gonna just say, I'm not gonna put her in school. I'm not gonna put any structure around her. I'm just gonna let her grow up and be organic and float through life, and whatever happens, happens.
No.
Well,
why?
Because structure in having an outcome is important.
You need to have that. Yes.
Exactly. And what you want is a man that's obviously higher up than you. And ma'am, all I'm saying to you is you may be a perfectly lovely girlfriend, but I'm not hearing why he would pick you. I mean, why weren't you said you and your ex are broken up. How long ago did you guys break up?
Oh, it's been 7 years.
What age did you have your child?
Excuse me?
What age did you have your child?
How old? I was 19.
Whew. All right, ma'am.
I will be.
All right,
I will actually be 27.
All right, so when's the last relationship you had?
Um, about 2 years ago.
And how long was that?
To be honest with you, sir, I wouldn't even call it
How long?
a relationship. We dated for 6 months.
Okay. You ladies got to stop this, to be honest with you. Just say it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The reason why I said it that way was because I actually left the situation because he tried to confuse me. You know what I'm saying? So
Nope.
he tried.
All right. So here's what I'm going to say. Therapy, because you have a communication issue.
Oh my
You
God!
look here, man.
Stop.
You can. I tell. Excuse me. Are you better than the rest of us? You're
No,
nine. You're a
I'm
19
just
year
I'm
old. You're a
just I'm
19.
just laughing
You're a
because it makes
19.
me laugh.
Shut up! Don't talk me, lady. Why do you keep talking when I'm talking? Fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, you're not cut out for any kind of relationship. I mean, seriously, I'm trying to be polite, man, but you're
No, no,
frustrated.
no. It's
You're frustrated.
okay.
No, no. I
I'm
know it's all right. I'm gonna mute you in a minute. Cause here's the thing: you need therapy because there's something off in your communication patterns. I'm really struggling to try to understand what you're talking about. And at the end of the day, I don't know what real value, high value man. Look, man, he's out there building his empire, building the world, doing what he has to do, and he doesn't have. Look, you need some therapy. Therapy is good for anybody, and you need to get your priorities together and figure out what it is you bring to a relationship other than what you want. And sorry that the country has allowed you ladies to get out here and live this Disney fantasy world where you could be a 19-year-old woman with a child, think you can have a high value man and own your time and not have structure. Look, ma'am, your clock is ticking.
yeah.
And you're gonna
I
wake up and you're gonna be 30 years old.
yeah.
And then
I
at
think
that point, it's going to be a different ball game. You would do well just to get with somebody on your level, whatever that level is. High school graduate, did you go to college?
no. I'm actually going now.
Okay, you would do
I
better to get with somebody who's an average, everyday, workaday guy because you're
yeah
cute, but you're not, it's New York, it's very competitive. And it's not
yeah
like
yeah.
it's not like your stats are high enough to be asking for a high value man, especially with a kid when you're just an average New York girl.
Because I don't have my PhD.
Damn sure don't have that. And all that,
Mr.
all
Samuel,
this, Mr. Samuels and Boricua,
thank you.
that's
No,
cool.
I'm not Puerto Rican. I'm Dominican.
What,
But
what,
hey,
what, but
thank you so much
all right,
for the
ma.
advice and the
Uh,
blunt advice.
all
I
right, take it
appreciate
easy.
it.
Bye bye.
Take care.
All right.
I love this interaction. But Kevin said something very interesting. He said you're going to have to finally learn how to bring something to a relationship other than what you want. And that is such a profound statement. Most people come into relationships offering nothing else but things that they want, especially women like this. And it would make sense for her. She's a single mom. She's been a mom since she was 19 years old. The time that she was with the child's father, she didn't have to work. She just stayed at home. However it worked out. In New York, it's going to cost you something pretty good in order to pull that off. But nevertheless, she had it. She still ended up leaving him. She left him, got out here, and is now struggling to find a man to take her seriously. And she doesn't just want any average man. She wants a man that's going to be able to facilitate the ability for her to stay at home and not work. Presumably, she's going to want a certain lifestyle. So even if he made just above average, that still wouldn't be enough for her because it'd have to be more than that so she could live her life and also not be able to work. And then more money is going to be needed because these two people will be sharing a child. He'll be a stepfather, but still, they would be having to share taking care of a child. And it will mainly be on him. But again, the main and the most profound statement is you have to come to the relationship with something other than what you want. And when asked, what will this guy get? She has no answer. Throughout this whole interaction, he's been trying to sniff out exactly what she's going to offer that man. And it's nothing. It's nothing. He's going to want something as well. He's just not going to pick you up, sweep you off your feet, put you in a house and make sure you pay no bills with you and your daughter. And he's going to turn around and look, and what is he going to get? And if you think he's okay with getting nothing, let's see how long that lasts for. Let's see how long you think that type of relationship, where it's maybe only intercourse and maybe you clean up here and there, and think that's going to last. For all of that, he can just go get another woman with no children and do the same thing. We have to be more practical as people. Be practical. Stop trying to get over on people. Offer people a fair deal. But a lot of these women don't want to offer people a fair deal. And you have to understand, for all that you guys talk about men and women thinking differently, believe one thing. He's going to do the more practical. Whatever is the most practical thing, he's going to do that. Whatever is the best business decision, he will do that. So if you know men's minds are different, consider that. Be fair, be practical, offer something as well, especially because you have a deal that doesn't sound too good. So typically when you have a deal that doesn't sound too good, you have to fluff up your deal. Make your deal sound better. That's just basic business practice.
Oh, yeah, your microphone's not... Okay, there you go. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can now. You finally got that old janky thing fixed.
No, it's
Well,
I'm joining through my phone.
all right.
'Cause my
So are you on?
laptop's
You're not on YouTube, are you? It's just on you on the...
No.
All right.
I'm just here. Yeah.
So what's going on?
So I just listening to the previous callers, and I think I can relate to a lot of them. And I'm not necessarily like, I guess I don't have the goal to have a high value man, but I do feel like I deserve a certain type of man. I am one of those women that have focused my entire life on my career. So, you know, I'm an executive in healthcare, and I've been in healthcare for a long time. But in my case, I didn't have that support from my dad or from any of my family when I was younger, because I would say that when I was young, they always told me to stick to the books. Like, I was really, really smart. Like, I was like a nerd growing up. So I always thought that keeping my head down.
How old are you?
I'm now 38.
Okay. So are you looking to get married? I don't know what that means.
If marriage happens, I'm open to it, but it's not something that's like a short-term goal.
Okay. Why do okay. You're an executive, right?
Yeah.
Can you just give me the straight answer instead of hedging?
Yes, I am.
God damn it. Why is it so hard for you women just to say, yes, I want? Well, if it's possible happens, and if the sun lines up with the moon and Uranus comes out of your Venus, I might be willing to do it.
I mean, okay, listen, I think I would be happier if I had a lifetime partner. I'm gonna say that.
So you're 38?
Yes.
Do you have any children?
I have one child.
How old?
Sorry?
How old?
16.
16. 16. Is it a son or a daughter?
It's a boy.
All right. And what city do you, well, how tall are you?
I'm 5'5".
You know what's coming next, dress size.
I wear a size 8.
All right.
8, yeah.
So what's the longest relationship you've ever had in your life?
7 years.
Was that with the daughter, the father of your child?
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you guys work out?
Cheating.
You cheated on him how many times?
No, I didn't cheat on him. He cheated on me and had another child.
You didn't cheat on him though, right?
No.
Okay. And he had another child. Were you guys boyfriend or girlfriend? Did you? Okay. Where'd the kid come from? Were you guys engaged, or are you just doing what you're doing? You got pregnant.
First relationship, I got pregnant. We lived together.
What do you mean first relationship? How many times y'all been together?
Well, what do you mean? I'm talking about my child's father.
Yeah, you said you were here. I said you said longest relationship you had. You said was 7 years, right?
Yes.
And I said, was that with your child's father?
Oh yeah, it was.
All right. Sorry. And why aren't you guys together? You said cheating.
Yes.
All right. And I said, how did the child come about? Were you guys engaged, or were y'all just doing?
Oh yeah. Okay. So yeah, we were engaged. Actually, our relationship was kind of toxic because we actually were engaged on 2 separate occasions. We got engaged and I broke it off and got engaged again. But
what year did you get pregnant? Your 7-year relationship. What year did you get pregnant?
What year did I get pregnant?
Yes.
2002.
No. What year of the relationship of the 7 years? What year?
Oh, no. We've been together. Well, probably year 2. Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, here's the thing. I'm like a truth detector. I just need the truth.
Okay. It was in our 2nd year. It wasn't at the 2-year mark, but it was.
I don't care, man. I'm just the ballpark.
Okay, it's 2nd year.
Okay. And you watch that shit. I can scream. You can't.
Okay, sorry.
What do you mean?
Sorry, I apologize.
So seriously though, you were together 2 years, and then you were together 5 more years. Okay. Why were you engaged when you got pregnant?
No, we were not.
When were you when did you guys officially get engaged?
My baby turned 1 and he proposed.
Did he drop to one knee with the ring of significant heritage in public and propose to you?
It wasn't in public. It was at a dinner we had, a private dinner we had.
Was there a ring of significant heritage?
Yes.
Was there anybody there to witness this engagement?
His sister and my sister.
Did you change your Facebook status to engage?
No. I did not. I don't recall I did.
Did you wear the engagement ring?
Yes, I did.
Did you tell people you were engaged?
Yes.
Did you guys start planning a wedding immediately afterwards?
I did. His sister was actually going to help me with that. So I did.
You already had a baby.
Yeah.
He proposed to you a year after the baby was born. So he intended to marry you. And you started planning a wedding, but it was you guys. I mean, you did it, not him. All right. Mm-hmm. And then when did y'all end the relationship?
So around the time my baby turned around 2 is when I kind of felt like he started acting like.
So you were together another year?
Yeah.
Why weren't you married? It does not take that long.
There's the baby and there's, I
don't care about the French toast about no freaking kid. I've been married. It don't take that long. When somebody drops to and gives you a ring, that means we're getting married. You start planning a wedding. You already got a baby. Get down the aisle.
Okay.
Well, okay. Why didn't y'all do that?
I didn't feel like I was prepared. I was ready.
What do you mean?
I was ready to get married, but I wasn't ready to have the wedding because I was taking care
of
the
baby. Oh, Jesus H. Christ. This is all relevant too, ma'am. This is all
Okay,
relevant.
sorry.
This is all relevant because you already had the baby. The surprise was over, man. It's time to get
Yeah.
married. And you got engaged in you got pregnant 2 years into the relationship. You got engaged in the 3rd year. You broke it off in the 4th year. When you were together 7 years, that's a whole long time. You didn't want to.
Yeah.
You didn't get married to him because you weren't trying to go down the aisle. Tell me I'm
It's
lying.
true. But okay, so when I finally broke it off, I found out he had a 2-year-old.
Lady, don't
I accept that.
I've told you this is not going to turn out well if you don't just be honest with me.
Okay.
You weren't trying to get married to this dude. Then why'd you have his baby?
I thought it was because I got pregnant.
Okay. So for those at home are keeping score, I asked why you didn't marry the baby daddy. It's because he was toxic and all these other kind of things. But now I'm hearing a game playing woman before any infidelities come up. I'm hearing a game playing woman. 2 years, get pregnant, propose to you. You're not trying to get down the aisle because you're worried about trying to have a wedding after you'd already got a freaking toddler. And it's relevant because if this is the man you had a child for, this is your longest relationship, and it's the bit, and it shows who you are in a relationship. If I had to ask him what kind of girlfriend were you, what would he tell me?
What kind of girlfriend am I?
What would he tell me? If I asked him, what was it like being with Mimi? I'm looking to date. I'm looking to marry her. What was it like being with her? What can I expect?
He would probably say that my priorities are probably not what he would like.
Don't use the damn dictionary. Just speak to me like I'm a 4-year-old.
Okay, so he would say that I am more concerned about my career.
Exactly. Gentlemen, when women start to try to use too many words, they're lying. They're trying to deceive. Did you make more money than your baby daddy?
Not in the beginning, but I started.
There we go. What year in the relationship? Year 1, year 2, year 3? Did you start earning more?
It was actually, I got a promotion after we broke up the first time and got back together. I had got a promotion.
Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7.
Year 5.
So now you got a baby with a man that you never wanted to marry, and now you think you're better than because you make more money.
I didn't think I was better than him.
But okay, women who think that their man is good, they tend to run down the aisle. They don't wait. They don't tend to put their career ahead of somebody they think that they think's good for them.
It was very important for me to have a career.
So again, this is why you lose. You have a whole baby, but you don't have a family. You broke your home. You broke it. He was trying to marry you. You weren't trying to marry him. When I asked you why you're not together, you said infidelity. You didn't say none of this home wrecking shit. You said none of this stuff where this man was trying to get with you, but you were putting your career. So I hope it's beneficial. I hope it's fulfilling.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I were interviewing you as a possible someone to date, I would say, well, I'm not going to give you a baby. And if a man who gave you a baby and gave you a wedding ring had to deal with this, check, please. And again, what do you do for a career?
I'm an executive in healthcare IT.
Okay. Again, but there are men who do these same jobs and they have marriages.
Yes.
Are there women who do these similar jobs and have husbands?
Yes.
Then the issue is where?
Me.
Right. It's not the job, not the career. Tommy Lauren.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. I'm not
Therapy.
even gonna argue.
Therapy is a good thing
Okay.
because
Okay.
you even have a hard time telling the truth. I've had to damn near snatch you through the phone to get you to tell the truth. How many times have I had to just pull you back to get you to tell the truth? Anybody in the audience keeping score?
I mean, maybe it's my ego, I think.
Okay, well, what do you got all this ego for? How many times have I had to do that to you?
I mean,
I mean,
well, I'm very
seriously.
proud of
I
you.
mean, I mean, seriously. How many times have I had to be like,
Okay, yeah, I know. I
okay,
need
but
to just
your ego. Okay, no offense, man, but you're a healthcare executive. Does that put you in the mid six figures, low six figures, high five figures?
mid six figures.
Okay, so now you have money and an inability to pair bond.
Yeah.
So, what is that in the background? TV?
Yeah, it's coming from my son.
All right. Jesus Christ, can you like tell him to turn down or go somewhere else? Because that's kind of loud. Okay, so okay,
Oh,
I got a
if you
question for
want
you.
me.
I got a question for you. I want to go back to little girl Mimi. Okay, I want to go back
Okay.
to 8-year-old strawberry shortcake dolls and dollhouse and princess
I'm
birthday
gonna go in
party.
my room.
Huh?
I'm just changing rooms.
I want to go back to that little girl. When you were a little
Okay.
girl, when you looked at your life and said you were 40, was it gone? Were you alone?
No.
And I'm gonna say something. This might hurt a little bit, so I need you to prepare yourself. You're an executive. You earn
Mhm.
well, but sadly, many women in your position ends up making their sons their husbands.
That's ironic because you're not the first person to tell me that.
I know. Is your
Mm.
son spoiled?
Yeah.
Right.
I bought him just bought him a nice car for his 16th
So
birthday.
you're making him a pussy. You're making him the very kind of men you women despise. That boy's TV is so damn loud that when mama's on the phone, you carried your ass on another room instead of telling him, Junior, turn that shit down. I'm on the phone. Now, if that had been his daddy or a man you were dating, you'd have checked his ass.
Mm. You're right.
So, okay, all seriousness, man.
Okay.
You, if you didn't make the kind of money you made, would you have the what the? Stop that. If you didn't make the kind of money you made, would you have the? Stop that. If you didn't make the Sorry. If you didn't make the kind of money you made, would you be moving this way?
Probably not.
All right. Now, um, pro tip: are those colored contacts?
No.
Those are your real life?
Yes, I am Caribbean.
Cool. So you have all that going for you,
Mm-hmm.
and people just can't wonder why is she single.
Oh, they wonder.
Well, but I just asked you, what is it like to be with you?
I don't really date.
But okay, what do you think it's like to be your man?
Um, Now,
No. You don't really date. What has it been like to be your man? It's better to be your son.
Probably, yeah.
That's a damn shame. Which is why son husbands become ineffectual men.
So now my downfall is going to affect my child.
If you don't do something about it, he's 16 years old. Where's his daddy?
They have a relationship. I just,
Right.
yeah.
Where is he in the same city?
He's in the same city, just like about 45 minutes out.
So how often do you speak ill of his or of his father in front of him?
I don't.
Huh?
I don't.
If I asked your son, what's going on between you and his dad, would he know the story?
Probably not.
Okay.
The last actual, like, I wouldn't say argument, but tough conversation I had that my son was actually privy to, he was like 6.
Okay.
And so I made a promise to my mom not to argue with him.
Well, that's good.
Have any type
That's good. But your son still looks at mom who's making mid 6 figures, who's an attractive woman who can't keep a man. I had one of those. Let me let you know, we're not blind. We're like, why can't my mama get a man? Or why? Do you speak highly of men? Here's the thing. Your son looking at your empty life does not speak highly of men who look like him. Your son looking at your empty life does not speak highly of men, especially men that look like him. So just because you say nothing, your silence is yelling. So to compensate for missteps, what single parents like us do is we tend to overcompensate, guilt spend and everything else like that. So if you have those kind of resources, at 16 years old, he has a car. Tell me where this boy is working.
Is he working?
I said, tell me where this boy is working.
Where he is?
Yes.
Yeah, he has a job.
He doesn't?
He does.
I said, where is he working?
Oh, he's working at a grocery store, like local time.
And you bought him a brand new car.
Yeah. He works part-time.
Part-time. Does he got a girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. No.
Ever have a girlfriend?
Yeah, he did.
Did he ever go out on dates?
No.
So when did he have a girlfriend?
Well, it was when he was a
Excuse again? Say
freshman.
what? Huh?
When he was a freshman, they went to middle school and but she's changed school. So
right.
It wasn't that type of,
But that's what I'm asking. You know what I'm asking.
What are you asking me?
I'm asking you this. Okay. The boy has a brand new car that he can't pay for. He's got a part-time job. And I asked him, does he have a girlfriend? Because if he's got a girlfriend, he needs to have a job.
Mm-hmm.
Does he get an allowance?
He does. I have a joint account with him. So.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Coaching, counseling, now.
Okay.
A boy must work for what he gets.
Crazy episode. It's the truth, though. This woman is essentially coddling her son and essentially turning her son into the son husband. He gets an allowance. He gets a brand new car. No real responsibilities, no type of teaching of how to be a man. Kevin's right here. And I get the whole point of wanting to provide for your child, making sure your child has things. But when you're raising a young man, you're going to have to teach him how to get his own things. Because eventually you're going to just give him all these things. And especially as an only child, this is the only child. So you're going to give him all these things and he's not going to have the proper skills to navigate life like he's supposed to. And then what he's going to end up doing is staying at home, staying with mama, taking care of her. Now he can't leave her. And effectively turn into a son husband. He's going to feel guilty for leaving her. The best thing for her to do would be, listen, Kevin is always the person saying we should always bring the family back together. And I do believe in instances like this, she should. But, the husband stepping out, having a child, I understand there's some things you really can't come back from. So if it didn't happen, there's some type of understanding there, right? And she's prioritizing the child over even finding a new marriage. I don't think there's any real desire in her wanting to go out, find a man, and get with him. Another great point that Kevin made was, if it was another man in the house, that she would yell at that man and turn off that TV. But because her son is essentially the man of the house, he gets to run around and do whatever he wants. Another man moving into this situation, he's not going to be fond of this because the son is going to be running the household. This is the perfect example of that. He's not going to have any say. And she already... See, here's the thing. I've always said it. You really do have to pick a struggle. Because when too many things work against you, it's honestly going to feel like life is pulling you down. But that's only because you're not picking a struggle. At least pick one and stick to it. But when you have multiple struggles and they're all piling onto you at the same time, it's never... You don't even give yourself a chance for a good opportunity. You don't. You essentially are going to give yourself a bad hand and then complain about it. This was a very eye-opening episode. Man, she even shares a joint account with this young son. Oh, this is just, yeah. Imagine that as a grown man. As a grown man or woman, because women watch this channel too, having a joint account with your son and you're sharing the money. Now, I can understand like an account, you put some money in there, that's his account. Or you get an account, you put money in there, you guys share it so you can see it. No, this man sounds like he got access to the finances because she's an executive that makes money. Very interesting. But shout out to Kevin. Make sure you guys go over there, support his channel. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Turn on post notifications so you will be alerted when we upload more videos just like this one. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.